What makes being single worth it? When you place something, it remains there even after 8 weeks. This is huge. I magically don't lose shit anymore. God, I'm so jealous of you guys for that, and I just wish I could come home after work and take a nap when I'm tired. Why the hell can't you? And why are you dating someone who's not cool with you doing what makes you happy? I once placed a plate of cookies in my freezer, and let me tell you, 8 weeks later, they were still there, waiting for me, single as can be. No in-law visits or splitting up holidays. Even great in-laws suck to have visit. No, I don't want a bunch of people in my house for several days. Especially when I know I'm gonna be the one cleaning and setting shit up before, during, and after. If that's an issue, then you just don't like visitors. Yeah. I hate visitors. Unless they're brothers for whom I need not prepare anything. I'm widowed, and I had a wonderful marriage. I'd give anything to still be married to him. But I'm not the least bit interested in giving up my independence to someone new. Same. Not married, but lost 2 partners. 3 years together, and then 5 years together. I'm only 39, but I think I'm done. My heart can't take any more. I am so sorry. That's just fucking hard. Damn, that is rough. That's brutal. I'm really sorry you had to go through that. You can do whatever you want, whenever you want, with whoever you want. I was eating breakfast, looking at my tools last week and thought to myself I need another hammer. So I just went and bought one. Didn't have to tell anyone, didn't have to check if they needed me to pick up anything or wanted McDonald's. I just grabbed my keys, locked the door, and fucking straight up walked out. And when I got home, I used that hammer. No questions about where I was or complaints that I didn't pick up surprise McDonald's or why I bought a hammer. My nails were right where I left them too. Edit, so just for clarity, since there's a bit of spice in the comments. I've had abusive relationships, overly protective parents, and jobs with strict safety regulations that meant I spent most of my life having to give people a detailed briefing anytime I walked through a door or touched a hammer. It took me about 6 months of being single, living alone, and being in charge of my own workload before I felt comfortable leaving my house without telling someone about it and going over safety plans and contact points. I still feel guilty when I just up and leave to buy a hammer, but when I get home and I don't have to debrief, I realize I'm much happier. I once wore mismatched socks to a fancy event, and let me tell you, no one could stop me from being single as can be. Hello. Want to know what makes being single worth it? Well, imagine never having to share your food, your blanket, or your Netflix queue. Just you, ruling your own kingdom of pizza and questionable movie choices. So, drop your thoughts below. We're dying to know what you think. Self-discovery and independence. Self-discovery is so underrated. Honestly, whether you're long-term single by choice or in between relationships, that is what people need to be doing. Figure out who you are on your own before you even consider rushing in to be a relationship. If you can't even be happy alone, then you're probably going to rely on someone else to make you happy and may even make them miserable in the process. Either way, find out who you are, fix your shit, and become a better version of yourself. It will change everything about the way that you live and how you view the world around you. Appreciate your perspective on this, as it was something I really needed to hear today. 4+ year relationship, found out she's been cheating, and anniversary today, has definitely led me down a path of self-discovery. I've really been trying to figure out who I am and what my arc will be in this life since, something I hadn't even thought of before. Bittersweet, but enlightening in a weird way. Long-time singleton by choice here, I can answer this. / you go where you want, with whom you want, whenever you want. / you do not have arguments over spending. You spend money on what you want. / if you want to take a holiday somewhere, there's no argument about where you're going to go. / don't feel like cleaning up the bathroom immediately after you've showered / brushed your teeth? Then don't. / you don't have to take into consideration what your partner / children want to eat when you're making dinner. / you have unlimited personal space. / I am 100% in control over what I watch on TV. / I get a big bed to myself. / if you find yourself out of work or with limited work, the financial stress becomes much less because there are no dependents for you to worry about. The finance is the biggest one for me. Doesn't matter who you're dating, or their mentality around cash. Relationships increase spending. Worth it? Isn't being single the default option? For me, it's the best and only option by choice. Smile. May Earl. But honestly, that's how I see it. You're born alone, you die alone. Being alone is the default. If you want relationships of any kind, you have to work on them. A friend or lover isn't just going to land on your lap and stay by your side without mutual work from both parties to maintain the connection. If the work isn't done, it fizzles out and you're back to the default. Literally almost no one is born alone. Can deaf die alone, but unless your mom was alone and died next to your newly birthed self, you were born into a community. Well, being single is like eating a whole pizza by myself, no sharing, no compromising, and definitely no awkward toppings. Peace and quiet X. This. Every weekend is bliss now. When I was with my ex, every weekend had to be something. Saturday an activity, Sunday always had to be dinner at her parents', and God forbid I'd say I was tired from working all week and wanted a relaxing weekend. This is the one I struggle with the most. Hey, are you off? Insert day here? Means that I'm about to be told what my plans are for that day. This complaint always seems so weird to me. If you can't tell your partner I don't want to do that without it being a thing, you're with the wrong person. Living the single life means I can peacefully binge watch my favorite shows without any distractions, except for the occasional existential crisis during a Netflix cliffhanger. It's midnight. Me, I can't sleep. I want to make muffins. Brain, there's literally no one here to stop you or be annoyed by the fact you're up at 12 a.m. making muffins. Me, it's midnight muffin making time, motherfuckers. I make midnight spaghetti sometimes as a single person and it's awesome. Reminds me of the 3 a.m. showers I used to take. Man, sometimes I miss those days. I love my solitude life, but some responses in this thread make me want to hang out with some of you. The peace. I have fallen in love with loneliness. I'm going to suggest that what you are really in love with is solitude. Some people love solitude and some people need it. Living single is a cohort that is on the rise worldwide. Whole lot of loners out there. Company is okay, solitude is bliss. Perfect reference. I feel much better after reading the answers on this thread. Don't want to do something? Don't do it. Don't want to go somewhere? Don't go. Want to stop watching halfway through the movie? Go ahead. Feel like being alone? Well, this is convenient. Honestly, as long as you're not depressed or doing stupid things sexually, then singledom is the life. One of the perks of my singlehood is being able to do stupid things sexually though. If it doesn't have negative consequences for you, then it probably wasn't that stupid. I feel like the amount of sex I'm not having could be negatively impacting my brain. Don't worry, it's almost the same amount as being married. Hear that? That's the sound of me not getting blamed for shit I had nothing to do with. It's also the sound of me sleeping without being bothered by someone else's snoring or without being woken up because I also snore on occasion. It's the sound of me eating a meal exactly how I like it without comment or without adjustment. It's the sound of my taking exactly the amount of time I want in the bathroom without anyone asking me to hurry up. It's the sound of me taking all the closet space with abandon.
It's the sound of never having to ask anyone if they've seen X, Y or Z, because while I do lose things on occasion, things tend to be where I last left them.
And if I lose them, it's my own fault, so there's no blaming anyone for no good reason. It's also the sound of me being so happy to see my family and friends whenever we meet, because there has been nothing aggravating me on the home front before we do meet. 15 years of a relationship, $12,000 debt, 2.5 years single, $12,000 saved. I still can't figure out how it's even possible. Yep. I still don't understand how my wife needs to go get groceries because we have nothing in the house literally every single day. You would think spending $200 at the grocery store on a really good grocery run that should keep us covered for a while would, actually do that. But it doesn't. 2 days later we're doing it again, and arguing the whole time. When I was single I could live off the same foods every day and not be bothered. Women act like you can't eat without multiple sides. Edit, didn't mean to make it a gender stereotype, sorry. Men can be like this too. My ex is a great girl, but she wanted to buy the branded expensive fancy version of everything. No woman, we do not need individually hand-picked Nicaraguan black peppercorns at 7 pounds. Buy a grinder with black pepper, it's 1/7 the price and is functionally identical. Silence, disposable income and opportunity to be a mess. When I'm single, I can wear pajamas all day, talk to my plants without judgment, and eat cereal for dinner. Can't argue with that level of messiness.